What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Come on in. How y'all doing? Again, I didn't think I was going to be going live again tonight. Listen, I didn't think I was going to be going live again. Hey, Micah, blessings to you. Blessings to you. We're going to let the room fill up. What's up, y'all? I almost wanted to say Monday. It's not Monday, y'all. It's about to be Friday, and here I am still talking about some Monday. How y'all doing? What kind of day have you had? Go ahead and type in on the screen what kind of day you've had. Micah, you're in an hour where you need to learn how to trust what God shows you and what he tells you. He says to tell you not to look for the confirmations of what you've heard or what he's showing you concerning your life. Blessings to you, Apostle. Let me say this again, Micah. What's up, Daphne? I can see your comments. Come on. Listen, Micah, you're in an hour. You are in an hour. I'm going to say this again. You are in an hour where God needs you to trust what you hear and what you see concerning your life. He says not to seek the confirmation from what he's shown you or what he's told you. You got to learn to get to know his voice for yourself, and you've got to get to learn how to trust him. Listen, our declaration, my gratitude is shifting things. I just need somebody to literally type that in on the screen. My gratitude is shifting things. My gratitude is shifting things. Come on. It's shifting things. It's shifting things. It's shifting things. Hey, Sabrina, what's up, girl? What's up? Come on, I need somebody to be excited about that. Some of y'all ain't grateful enough. Ooh, I ain't even trying to get started. I listen. I'm not trying to get started this early. Listen, some of y'all just are flat out. You ain't grateful enough. Some of y'all don't thank God enough. Some of y'all can't find the beauty in. Okay. Ooh, let me pipe down. Let me pipe down. Blessings to you, Raven Cleveland. Listen. Some of y'all can't listen. Some of y'all can't even find the the gratefulness in the mix of what you may be going through, right? I'm gonna say that again. Your gratitude is shifting things. Okay, not your gratitude is shifting things. I got a question to ask y'all. When's the last time in the middle of what you've been going through, what you've been facing, that you've just had a day where your mind wasn't focused on getting out of the storm? When was the last time you were just grateful? Like, God, I'm just thankful. Even though it ain't going right, God, I am just literally just thankful. Now, we all know obedience is a key. It's a key that you cannot get around. Listen, I'm going to say that again. You want breakthrough? You want a miracle? You want more favor? You're going to have to obey. You ready to shift to the next level? You are going to have to obey. But the other key that's needed is gratitude. There are some of y'all that have been feeling depressed. Did you not know that gratitude is your way out of that? Some of y'all have been feeling a little bit on edge, a little bit nervous, a little bit anxious. Did you not know? I'm going to say that again. Do you not know that gratitude is the key? Come on, to pull you out of that, to pull you out of that slump. I just got on here to tell some of y'all, listen, your gratitude is shifting things. I'm going to say that again. Your gratitude is shit. I wish I had some people that come on, that really believe. I wish I had some thankful people on this broadcast. Let me turn my light on. Hold on, y'all. I wish I just had some people that really, that really understood. God, if you never do another thing for me, I'm still grateful. Come on, I'm still grateful. What's up, Miss Allen? I wish I just had some. I wish I was talking to some grateful saints. I wish. When's the last time you put a praise on God, on who God is, and it not been connected to you wanting him to do something for you? Okay. Blessings to you, prophet. Listen, brother, you wrecked me. God wrecked me. I clicked on, I've been missing Prophet Higgins, his lives. I try to catch him when I can. I try to catch him when I can, but I've been missing him lately. And I had just got done running some errands, and as I was driving home, God said, click on it. Clicked on it, and I just pray that God refreshes you, brother. I pray that he refills you and that your cup overflows in this hour. But I'm going to ask this question again. When's the last time you gave God some praise and you just simply just were thankful, not because of what you believe in him for, not because of what you want to see him do, but when's the last time you just took time and just realized, like, God, whew, I wouldn't have made it without you. I would not be here without you. So I'm going to say this again. Your gratitude is shifting things. And the Lord wants me to tell some of y'all, you're not thankful enough. Sometimes the only time some of y'all thank God is when you get what you want. And I'm gonna drop the mic right there. Sometimes the only time where some of y'all say thank you, Jesus, it ain't even when you wake up in the morning. Come on, it's only when he does something that you want him to do. But I want to tell you, in this season, as you really get your heart to a place of pure thankfulness, and I don't mean like thankfulness, of course we're thankful for the things that God does, but like when you get to a heart space where you're just thankful, no matter what it looked like, no matter what it feel like, no matter if God does another thing for you, I promise you, that in itself opens up the door. Y'all got to hear me. It opens up the door for you to receive more. Not because you asked, but because you're thankful. I had a day today. God wants me to just flow into this thing. I had a day today where God has had me running errands. He's literally been treating me. And it's been really, really weird. I'm going to say that it's been really, really weird. One of the things that God has had me doing, he's had me looking at trying different things. He's had me even shopping. Now, this is where the revelation came in. Honestly, I've just been grateful. I've just been in a state where I'm not concerned about finances. I'm not concerned about any. I'm just not concerned. I've just been grateful. Just grateful that God didn't fail me. Grateful that he didn't let me go. Grateful that he stepped in my life when he did. I've just been grateful. But he had me shopping, and he's been really encouraging me these past few days. Blessings to you. He's been really, really encouraging me. But I'd gone to the little smell good shop. That's what I call them, when you get your fragrances and stuff. And God led me to get, I saw a few that I liked. He led me to get one. And then I guess I really had my heart set on another one. And the Lord said, go back. I went earlier today. I'd gotten home, cleaned up, did what I needed to do at home, poured into my spirit, man. And the Lord, listen, I was spending some time with God. He said, I want you to go back and get that fragrance, that other one. Go back. I knew exactly which one he was talking about. He said, go back and get that other one. And at first I was about to fight God, because I'm like, God, I don't want it to be my flesh. I'm just grateful that you allowed me to get one. I'm just grateful that I can just get one. I'm grateful. Listen, I be telling God, I don't have to have it. I don't have to have the clothes. I don't have to have it, God. I don't have to have it. I'm grateful for what I don't have to have it. So I went back. The people in the store like, hey again. I felt so shame. I'm like, I know I was in here. I know I was in here. The lady I talked to, they were just trying to sell me on this credit card. She tried to sell it to me earlier. I said, I don't do credit cards. She came again tonight, and I said, listen, I don't do credit cards. I do paid in full. I ain't listen. It shut her right. Listen, I didn't hear no more lip from her. Earlier, she was like, she asked me, she said, when you get to the counter, somebody else is going to ask you. Even after I had told her, listen, I don't want no credit card. Don't try to put me, I don't care what the perks you say they are. I don't want it. I don't want it. So when I got back tonight, same lady helped me. And she started mentioning that credit card again. I wasn't upset or anything. I said, ma'am, I don't do credit cards. I'm going somewhere with this story. I said, I do paid in full. And I knew that in that moment that it was God speaking. Because not only did it shut her on up, but by the time I got to the counter, she came to the counter. She said, hey, don't ask about no credit card. Listen, I ain't have an attitude with this woman. She said, listen, she got to the counter. The same girl that checked me out was the same girl was there. She said, listen, don't ask about no credit card. She don't want it. And then the girl started talking to me. I said, yeah, I told her I don't do credit cards. I do paid in full. Because that's the type of God that I serve. I do paid in full. If God don't give it to me where I can pay it in full, I must not need it. And God had peace. I was glad because I be tired of like people in the store trying to, get me to. I don't want no credit card, sis. I don't care if you give me 10% off. I don't care if you give me 50% off. I don't care if you try to tell me that it's gonna pay. I don't care. I don't want it. Okay. Some of y'all need to. I'm a flow. I'm going to flow tonight. Some of y'all need to master the art of saying no. No, no to things that you know are literally, listen, will get you even more bound. I got a word for somebody. I hadn't even got to the real word. Some of y'all will go into a store. First of all, some of y'all are not good stewards over your finances. You're not. You shop when you know God is telling you not to. Then the end of the month comes and you like, God, I need a miracle. I got to pay this bill. I got to pay this bill. And God be looking at some of y'all like, if you would just stay out of your flesh and be patient and wait on my timing to bring certain things to pass, you wouldn't have been in this predicament. Some of y'all are tired of living paycheck to paycheck. Be wiser. I said, be wiser. Be wiser. And then to top it off, some of y'all will be so unwise in your finances. You will get to a store, you will see an offer, and I'm talking from experience. Because I grew up in a family where my mama and my sisters, they still shop, knowing their bills are not paid. They will still shop and then have the audacity, they've just honestly accepted the fact of living paycheck to paycheck and being broke. But as a child of God, that is not our portion. But some of y'all will go to these stores and and listen, the enemy, what he does best, he'll tempt you. He'll tell you exactly what you want to hear. Oh, you'll save 15%. You'll save 20%. You'll get some cash back. And then some of y'all are taking the bait and wondering why your finances are not growing. And because you're unwise in what you currently have, I don't know, this was not even my word. But maybe somebody must need to hear this. And then because of the fact that some of y'all are not yet wise in your money, God says, I can't release more to you. Because what you gonna do? Come on, prophet, buy with the eyes. What you gonna do? You're gonna go right to Gucci, you're gonna go right to Louis Vuitton, you can go right back, and you're gonna run it up. You're gonna run it up. Not one thing will you do for God's kingdom. Some of y'all will even have issues paying your tithes. Let's be real. Let's be real. Some of y'all be mad at pastors and prophets and apostles for living blessed lives. Whew. But you lack the discipline and the obedience to see that God wants the same for you. Okay. Let me get comfortable. I'm going to say that again. Some of y'all be mad at these leaders because God has blessed them. You petty. You'll be mad that they have nice clothes, that they drive. You will call them every type of false apostle, false prophet. You will call them, anything but a child of God. But they're not the issue, you are, because the same blessing that's on them, it's available to you. This is a right now word for somebody. This is a right now word. Some of y'all are praying for finance. There are a lot of people. I would say about 30 of this 31 are believing God for a financial miracle. But what I want to ask you is, I need you to check your obedience meter. I need you to check, are you spending what you have wisely? Are you obedient with it? Because one thing that I've learned about God, when he sees you exercising a certain amount of discipline, even outside of finances, and he sees your consistency with being surrendered to him, he knows that he can trust you. Because he knows that it'll never be about you and what you want. You will always be open to hearing what God wants you to do with what you have. Some of y'all are, okay, Lord, I surrender. Some of y'all are believing God for marriage. This is not even the word. Some of y'all are believing God for marriage, but you refuse to cut off toxic individuals. Some of y'all refuse to stop your toxic traits. Some of y'all operate so much in your flesh, but you got the audacity to say, God, send me my Boaz. Send me my Ruth. But you can't be disciplined enough to say no to people that you know. They don't mean you no good, to close your legs. Ain't nothing open at 3 a.m. but legs. I said what I said. I said what I said. That's nothing but a booty call. And until some of you guys learn to master the art of saying no, you will never step into a greater level of blessing and breakthrough. Y'all don't want to talk back to me. I know I'm stepping on some toes, but it must be said. It must be said. Because we got all these people saying, God, I need this. God, I need this. But some of y'all out of order. Some of y'all are not as prepared. There was a point in my wilderness where, I was believing God for living arrangements. In 2015, 16, 17, and part of 17, because God shifted me in 2017. I was believing God for living arrangements. And, there was a point where, I was trying to get that thing prematurely. Oh, I was trying to get it prematurely. I was maneuvering. I was brainstorming. How can I get an apartment? How? One, I didn't want to struggle no more. I'm going to just be real. I didn't want to continue to deal with the warfare, the opposition that was coming from my mother. It was chaotic. It was dysfunctional. It was abusive. I was tired of that. And so I started trying to I wasn't trying to hear no time. And I'm like, God, I'm about to just move in faith. And every single time he blocked it, I used to be mad. I used to be bitter. I used to be frustrated. And then one day when I was out of that season, really the first moment God shifted me physically out of that season, I told him, I said, God, thank you for not letting me get it prematurely, because I would have went right back. Why are you saying this, Apostle? Some of y'all have changed, but you ain't changed enough. You ain't operated in that level of discipline long enough for it to stick to you. Oh, okay. Yeah, you may say, Apostle, I'm doing better with my finances. I'm paying my tithes. Apostle, I'm doing better with cutting people off. But some of y'all hadn't had to be disciplined in that area long enough for it to stick with you. So if God gave you that blessing prematurely, you wouldn't only ruin it, but it would be a curse. You would not be able to handle it. You wouldn't be able to handle it. Some of y'all, okay, Lord. Some of y'all are believing God for vehicles, but you're not a good steward over what you currently have. And if in the event you say, Apostle, well, I don't currently have a car. You may say, Apostle, I use Uber, I use Lyft, or I catch rides with people. My question to you is, are you being a good steward? Are you showing gratitude towards those people? Are you tipping your Uber driver, your Lyft driver, or are you doing the bare minimum? Are you giving the people that are giving you, or are you blessing the people that are giving you rides to and from work, wherever you need to go? It's a fact. It's a fact. In this hour, God is saying, yes, the heavens are open. There is a glory cloud over my children that are obedient, my children that are faithful, my children that have not given up. And he says, I want to extend this blessing to every single person, but my people have got to learn how to steward what they currently have. There are some of y'all believing God for living arrangements. I'm going all the way. God is going all the way there. This ain't even the message, but it's what God wanted. Some of y'all believe in God for living arrangements, but you currently stay with somebody, and your mentality is, God, this ain't even my house. What I'm gonna clean this whole house for? They just go mess it back up. Some of y'all go back and forth not knowing. Come on, that if you would just obey God and just clean that house, no matter if they mess it up 5 minutes after you clean it up, not knowing that God is testing you to see, okay, can you steward this place if it's not yours? Because if I know that you can steward a place that's not really yours, I know that you'll be able to steward. Okay, come on, y'all, not talking back to me. I know that you'll be able to steward your own place. Some of y'all are believing God for home ownership, but your apartment is nasty as I don't know what. I said what I said. I'm just a messenger. Your apartment nasty. Dishes piled up in the sink. You may say, Apostle, I got kids. No excuse. I be so tired. No excuse. Your current season is always preparation for your next. Your current season is always preparation for your next. When I used to live in my mom's house, I gotta tell y'all. So One day I used to deep clean my mom's house. And it used to be one of them situations I spend hours cleaning up. 5 minutes and 5 minutes after I'm done. Or right when she gets home, she dirties it back up. It used to be like that, y'all. She was so ungrateful for me cleaning. She would be mad. But it was this one day I was cleaning. I will never forget this. I was cleaning this bathroom and I didn't want to clean. I did not want to clean the house again. And I was telling God, this is not even my house. Like, why do I have to clean this? And she's not gonna appreciate it. She's just gonna dirty it back. It's gonna be back filthy in like a day. And I used to be frustrated because I would put a lot of time and effort into doing that. And God rebuked me. He said, the things that I ask you to do, you do. Come on. You do it as if you're doing it unto me. And then he told me, he said, if you can't clean the house that's not yours, you won't be able to clean the house that is. Okay. He said, if you can't clean the house that's not yours with joy, you ain't gonna be able to even clean your own house. You ain't gonna do it. And ever since that day, I never argued with God. I never had an attitude about cleaning because my perspective was shifted, because I knew deep down what God was saying is this is a prerequisite for what you're believing me for. It's a prerequisite. It's kind of like in college, right? Can I flow? Y'all got time for me to flow? It's kind of like in college, right? Where the first 2 years of college are just general. They're prerequisites. They're general courses. Courses that you have to pass before you get into like the meat and the I guess the meaty part of whatever you're majoring in. And what happens if you don't pass a prerequisite is you don't move on you don't move on to the advanced course, because you have not even mastered the basics. So what is elevating you gonna do? Mess you up even more? It's going to mess you up even more. What is God saying, Apostle? He's saying some of y'all are asking for advancement and you have not even learned to master where you are. You haven't mastered your prerequisite. Some of y'all are not as disciplined as you say. You're not as consistent as you say. Some of y'all are consistent as long as you can see the hand of God moving. And the minute that a storm comes in, you struggle with what he needs you doing. You want to see acceleration? Want to see advancement? Want to receive your breakthrough? Want to live in God's best for your life? Steward where you are with a cheerful heart. Because some of y'all ain't cheerful unless you get in your blessing. This ain't everybody work, but if the shoe fits, I need you to wear it. You can be mad, but you're going to get this truth. The days of hearing tingling prophetic words. Y'all know, those fancy tingling, prophetic words. What do you mean by that, Apostle? Those words where the prophet is telling you everything that you want to hear, and he's not dealing with you with what you need to do. He ain't dealing with you about the things you need to correct. He's not dealing with you about your level of obedience. He's not dealing with you, about your level of discipline. He's not dealing with you about your bitter heart. He's not dealing with you about how you have a conditional relationship with God, where God, I got a relationship with you. When things are going bad, I all of a sudden got a relationship with God. But then when things are good, I forget about God. I forget about all the principles. Are you really ready? Whew, this is heavy. Are you really ready? I need somebody to type that in. Are you really ready? Are you really ready for that vehicle? Are you really ready for marriage? Are you really ready to be healed? Are you really ready? And if you say yes, Apostle, I'm gonna ask you this question, just to be sure, that you're ready. If you say, Apostle, like, yeah, I'm ready. My question to you is, are your actions showing you're ready? Or are they showing that you got more work to do? Let's be real. Let's have some mature conversation. I've been there. I'm not judging. I've been there. I've been that person where I know what I know what I want. I've been that person telling God, God, I'm ready. Why won't you just do it? But I wasn't really ready. Because the thing about it is, if you're really ready, you ain't got to tell God. The fruit will bear. Somebody didn't catch that. Come on. If you're really ready for what you're praying for, you don't have to tell God, because the fruit will bear. The fruit will spring forth. You'll know that you're ready when God begins to bless you. All right. I'm going to say that again. You will know when you're ready, because God will start to bless you. The blessings will spring forth. It'll come. Whatever it is that you're believing God for, it'll come. Hey, fat boy. It'll come. No, it'll come. I appreciate your honesty, Daphne. But for those of you guys that say, Apostle, yeah, I'm ready. My actions are showing God I'm ready. What the Lord wants me to tell you is that your gratitude in this hour, is going to be the key to elevation, to you receiving more. I need somebody to type in that word more. As I was leaving the little smell good place, that's what I call it. As I was leaving that place, I began to talk to God, and I began to ask him, like, God, why are you blessing me so much? I mean, I was just, he knew it was coming from a pure place, but it's been like almost every day. And I'm like, God, what's up with this? Every day? Every day, especially, I'm like, God, I really don't have to have it. But God said, you do have to have it. I said, I really don't, but okay, I receive it, Lord. The Lord told me, he said, your gratitude has shifted things for you. He said, because of your gratitude, I I want to bless you. Blessings are chasing you down. Just because you're grateful, you ain't grateful about, you're grateful, of course. He said, you're grateful because of what I've done. But you're just grateful for no reason. You're just grateful. And the Lord said, I want you to tell my people, those that are found ready, that gratefulness will release their more. Gratitude will release their more. It'll release more favor. It'll release, come on, more grace. It'll release more peace. And then when I say favor, I don't just mean favor with God, I mean favor with men. But your gratitude in this hour will release more finances, more provision. You will see more miracles. You will see God literally take care of everything. And honestly, if I can be real, it took me years to get to this point. Somebody needs some transparency. It took me years to get to this point. I tore up the ground for years and had to allow God to grow me. It took years to get to this point where everywhere I go, there's favor. Everywhere I go, there's blessings. And it ain't even because I'm asking for it. I'm not even looking for it. I'm just grateful to be alive. Some of y'all tell God thank you for waking you, but your attitude don't show God that you're grateful for being in the land of the living. Some of y'all are not really grateful because your gratitude is conditional. But as you get to a place, where not only are you obedient and faithful to God, but as you get to a place where you just have those random like moments of just gratitude, just thinking about your life and just seeing how God kept you, how he did not leave when other people abandoned you, how he spoke life to you, in moments where others were cursing you. When you get to that place where you realize, God, my life ain't perfect, but I'm just so grateful. God will begin to do more for you. Some of you guys in the next 7 to 9 days, God had me say this earlier. you're about to start seeing God move for you. Now, this ain't everybody word because all of y'all are not obedient. I hate that, and I wish it were not so. But some of y'all still got more work to do, and that's okay. As long as you still in the race, that's okay. That's okay. But I want to challenge you guys to do something. That even over the next 7 to 9 days, I want you to just wake up every single morning. And as you spend time with God, I want you to write down 5 things that you're grateful for. I'm not talking about, you saying, God, I'm grateful for my house. I'm grateful. I want you to just tell God 5 things that you are thankful for. Because what I found is that, like, man, when you're just thankful, it's really impossible for the enemy to mess with you. It's not possible. You can't be grateful and depressed at the same time. You cannot be grateful and anxious at the same time because gratitude requires you to live in the moment. I'll say that again. Gratitude requires for you to live in the moment. You can't be grateful and mad, grateful and bitter, grateful and frustrated, grateful and disappointed. Try gratitude this week. Can I just get somebody to type that in? Try gratitude this week. And for some of y'all, you need this reminder that material things don't make us blessed. I said what I said. Material things don't make us blessed. Now, the world, thinks that if you got a lot of material things, if you got nice things, then that makes material things don't make you blessed. Say that again. They don't. They don't. And some of y'all need that reminder that you're blessed way beyond the material things that God has done and even the things that you're believing God for. Some of y'all got anger issues. Whew. What you'll find is that as you express more gratitude towards God, it's going to be almost impossible for some of y'all to get mad, to catch even attitudes with people. It's impossible to be grateful and impatient. Are y'all catching my drift? Some of y'all are impatient. It's impossible when you're operating in gratitude. It's not possible to be grateful and impatient. Some of y'all be like, God, I'm grateful, but if you gotta say "but" on the end of anything, that means that you don't really mean that you're grateful. You don't really mean it. We've all had that person that'll come to you apologizing, and they'll be like, "I'm sorry, but okay." So now what you're really saying is you ain't sorry. That's what you're saying. You ain't sorry. If you attach "but" to the end of anything, you ain't sorry. It's just like asking somebody, that works at a restaurant, is this dish good? And they say it's okay, but that means this whatever I just asked you was good. That means if you gotta say "but" on the end of it, it ain't good. It ain't really good. It ain't good. Some of y'all will say, God, I got faith, but this is a heart check. It's a heart check. Some of y'all say, God, I got faith, but it really means you don't have faith. God is trying to get us in perfect alignment. No, not just this week. Not just this week, but He's trying to make this a daily thing where we are in perfect alignment. Because when you're in perfect alignment with the will of God, blessings chase you down, favor chases you down. It chases you down. And that's the broadcast. That's it. If you can receive this, will you just tell God thank you? Don't just do it because I'm telling you to tell God thank you. But as you type in "thank you, Lord," can you just really just think about what God has done for you outside of material things? Can you just truly just really just take some thought about your life and about God's role and how you got to this juncture in your life? And can you just really just give Him, just a thanks from the bottom of your heart because He's worthy. He's worthy. He's worthy. I said He's worthy. And that's it. That was the revelation that I got. Prepared, being a good steward. All of these things led me to this season. Being faithful to God, being obedient, being a good steward of things that were not even mine, but being a good steward while I was waiting for what God had promised me. And gratitude. Gratitude. Those are your keys tonight. And again, it didn't happen overnight. I used to be so stubborn, so hard headed. I did not used to trust God. Not like I do now. But I'm grateful that He didn't release things prematurely to me. And I pray that you are. I'm grateful that I can even be able to do this broadcast, that I can just say, God, I'm alive. I'm alive. Even more grateful that when God looks at me, He knows He can trust me. Those are some of the things that Apostle T is grateful for. Notice I didn't talk about any material things, although I'm very grateful. But I'm more grateful for the things that God has done, even outside of material things. And I pray that you get to that place. In God, I pray that you get to that place where when God looks at you, He knows that He don't have to withhold blessings from you. Because He knows that you're going to be a good steward. You're going to obey. You're going to do what God says to do. Because of that, He knows He'll be able to release more to you. That's it, y'all. That's it. To those of you guys that feel led to sow into this word, you can sow one or two ways. And I'm here to tell y'all to just label this a seed of gratitude or gratitude seed. Hey, Capone. Some of us get so caught in the habit of just sowing for things that we want to see God do. When's the last time you just honored God with just gratitude? When's the last time you just sowed and it wasn't because you want to you ready to receive a breakthrough or you want a miracle? When's the last time you just sowed because God is just that good to you? And so there are two ways for you guys to sow. You can sow via paypal.me/thoughtsbyt, or you can sow via the Cash App using, $thoughtsbyt. I love y'all. I am rooting for you guys. If you know you need to sow, just obey. You know, everyone should be sowing seed into this word, Mike. And you are absolutely correct. Because God's been too good to us all. And it ain't about the amount that you sow. I don't know why God want me to just say this. It's not about the amount that you sow. You can put a penny in the ground if that's what God leads you to sow. That's it. And I thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. And so that's it, y'all. I love y'all. I'm rooting for y'all. God wants me to type in the ways for people to sow, so I'm going to do that. My normal people are not here to type it in for me, which I'm fine with that. Hold on. Capone, no. No, boy. Get down. As y'all can see, my dogs, they clingy, y'all. They clingy. But these are the ways if you feel led to sow. And again, the seed title. Okay, there we go. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to. Y'all can see it. It's not letting me make it pin it or whatever it is. But those are the ways for you guys to sow. I love y'all. I am rooting for you guys. And so until next time, y'all. Peace. And again, the seed title is just a seed of gratitude. So that is it, y'all. I will see y'all on the next broadcast, whenever that may be. But that's it, y'all.